If you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. We move on to 8 p.m. action, a big one in the ACC. Ooh-wee. North Carolina TarHeels 6-4, 1-2 in the ACC. At Miami Hurricanes 4-4, 0-3 in the ACC. We're at Watsco Center, Coral Gables, Florida. FanDuel has Miami as 3.5-point home dogs. That's juiced at minus 118. Well, line shop when we hear where Max is leaning. North Carolina snapped out of their 2-game losing streak by squeaking past Notre Dame 66-65 at home as 10-point favorites. They are a poor shooting team. They hit just 42.6% from the field, just 28.7% from three. Guards Caleb Love and RJ Davis are not getting the job done offensively. Miami has lost 4 of their last 5. They're coming off losing a couple of heartbreakers, 80-78 at Virginia Tech, and then 66-65 at home to Clemson on Saturday. They're 0-3 in conference. Losing senior guard Chris Lykes to a knee injury has hurt them. The Hurricanes also struggle from 3, hitting just 28% from behind the arc. They're led by sophomore guard Isaiah Wong, who's averaging 17.9 points, 5.9 boards. TarHeels, Hurricanes. Max, take it away.
Yeah, listen, Jim, it has not been pretty in Coral Gables. It's a beautiful place with beautiful people, preferably beautiful women. That's the only thing that I find beautiful about Coral Gables. But from a basketball perspective, and more importantly, from a betting perspective, this is a Miami Hurricane team that I think that you're going to be able to buy low on. Obviously, we've had some heartbreak. We've had some roster personnel issues. I think that we cannot mitigate the loss of Chris Lykes. It's like losing something that's very important to you, that's been with you since you were born. It just isn't right. But this is basketball. Players come in, players come out. Jim Larinaga did a fantastic job of bringing one particular player in, and his name's Earl Timberlake. He's not Justin Timberlake, family relative or anything like that, but he is the X factor in this matchup tomorrow. You need a strong, athletic, capable, 3-level scoring young man to come in and really take advantage of the stage that he's going to be on. We've already seen Earl Timberlake do a really good job of scoring the basketball, getting on the glass. There are some turnover issues, but this is a kid that is going to get better as the games go on. When I look at Miami, yes, you don't have Chris Lykes, but you got Cam Auguste back, so that helps. And also, you got Elijah Olani back. So Elijah Olani was a Stony Brook guy. He was one of the 3 that transferred out. Andrew Garcia, Mikhail Foreman, the other 2. And I think that with Elijah Olani, you get a lot of physicality, a guy that can create for himself off the dribble, get to the rim, and he can make his free throws, which is always important, especially in a short home dog number that we're going to get on, Jim. And let me put it like this. When I look at the numbers, Miami has a first half advantage of about 2 points. They're a better second half team, and they performed well as a home dog. I don't want to bring up Purdue because I'm just ripping Band-Aids off old wounds. However, I have to bring up the Purdue game. This is a game that they didn't have Chris Lykes. They were down 20 points, and they came back and won against a team that dominated them with size early, but weren't able to continue it for the full 40 minutes. What does UNC have? Tons of size. Day'Ron Sharp, Garrison Brooks, Armando Bacot. What do you think that North Carolina is going to do? They're going to try and slow the game down, limit possessions, pound it down low, and get second chance opportunities off their offensive rebounding, which they have a huge advantage of about 8.5 on the glass. The problem with North Carolina is guard play. You don't have scoring. You don't have an Anthony of last year. You don't even have Jeremiah Francis, who's over at New Mexico now. You're stuck with Leaky Black and Caleb Love and maybe Kerwin Walton. But Kerwin Walton's had maybe 1 or 2 good 3-point shooting games, and the last time out against Notre Dame was one of them. I don't know if that continues. This is a team that I just cannot trust on a consistent basis to score from the perimeter. And even with Day'Ron Sharpe giving you 25 and 12 or something like that, that's not going to win you this game on the road. We've seen UNC struggle on the road. We've also seen a lot of these games stay under in this 140 to 142 range. I think that when you look at Miami, 8 out of their 10 games have stayed under 140. When you look at Isaiah Wong and Harlan Beverly, these are guys that remember the 25 or 20-something point beatdown that they took on UNC's home court. This is a situation that revenge applies, and I think that the difference maker in the game is going to be a guy that no one really talks about, no one gives a shit about. His name's Matt Cross. He's a high prolific high school scorer. He's able to shoot the three and hit it with very minimal attempts and very minimal space to get the shot off. Miami welcomes North Carolina in and sends them out to get them some chicken tenders and watches them eat it while they're standing in a tropical storm. Give me Miami plus 3.5. And if I can get an under 140.5 or 141, I'll make it official for the show as well.
You can get that under plus 3.5 at minus 110 at Circa. It's minus 118 at FanDuel, but we can get you that minus 110 at Circa. Let's see what we can get you from a total. So Circa hanging a 141.5. Let's compare that to FanDuel that's hanging the 140.5 and see what Bet365 is doing for us here. Bet365 is hanging a 140.5. So yes, Circa offering you that under 141.5.
Yes, sir. I'll take that.
Under 141.5 at minus 110 at Circa Sports